Welcome to our community. Susie Thomas with you this morning. So happy to welcome back Jillian Pancher from Faith Family Church. Good morning.
Hi, Susie. Thanks for having me back. I can't believe it's been like a year.
Which means it must be flourish time again.
Yes, of course.
So fun. Well, Jillian, let's let everybody know who you are, how you're affiliated with Faith Family, first of all.
So I've been on staff with Faith Family for a little bit over 5 years now, and my primary role there is my husband Josh and I lead our generational ministry, but then I also help co-lead our Flourish Women's Ministry, which has been around for about 4 years, I think now. Mm-hmm. And this is our second year of doing a bigger women's conference in September. So our one coming up is on September 14th.
So 10 days away. Is it too late to register?
It's not too late.
Yay. Okay. Tell us how we do that.
Okay. So if you go to flourishoh.com, you can register on there. The tickets are only $10. We made a few changes this year.
Wow.
We made the tickets a lot more affordable for women because we know that life is crazy at the beginning of the school year and expenses are high. A lot of women have kids that are in school or in school themselves. So we decided just to revamp things a little bit this year. We're just making it one night only. Mm-hmm. So it's on that Friday night, September 14th at 7 p.m. And the tickets are only $10. And we have a guest speaker, Dawn Cherie Wilkerson. Her husband, Rich, and Dawn Cherie, they lead a church in Miami, Florida. And both of them have come and spoken at our Love is Red conference, our annual youth conference. So we love Dawn Cherie. She's an amazing communicator. So we're excited to have her.
Very fun. I'm interested to know what generational ministry is.
We are over birth through college at the church. So, and then Josh is just kind of oversees those ministries, and then he speaks weekly at our high school and college ministries. So
that's got to be a little bit challenging because, of course, birth is way different than college. You go through a lot of stages and a lot of different forks in the road as far as spiritual development and wow, how's he do that?
Definitely. Well, we have an amazing team.
Yes.
I mean, it's definitely not just us in this ministry. We have an amazing team. So it's kind of broken up between different age brackets, that there's somebody over each age. So, but we love it. We have always had a heart for the local church and just what it can do for families and for our community. And so honestly, like we're just feel honored to be a part, and we love it so much.
Yeah. And then your heart so into women's ministry.
Yes, I love it. We've just seen so many awesome testimonies come out of Flourish. And this year, I don't know, some people might know this, but Faith Family is super active in the prison ministries in our local area. And so they've actually are allowing about 50 women to come to Flourish. So we're really excited about that.
That's very cool. I want to go back and talk about a couple of these things, but let's park there a minute.
Yeah.
Prison ministry for women, that's got to be kind of amazing for them. They participate weekly as if they are in the building, but now they're actually going to get to be in the building.
Yes. So some of the girls that are on like a lower level, obviously, within the system are able to come with their guard and come and just really participate, which is so awesome. It's like a beautiful thing to be able to see them feel like they've been a part of the community with Faith Family coming on site, but now to be able to come to Faith Family and feel welcomed and just feel the presence of God. It's really awesome.
I think it's very cool for members of Faith Family to get to meet them as well, because how we pray for them and we welcome them every week. We give them a big round of applause as we're welcoming them every week, and get together and put together welcome bags, hygiene bags, and so forth. Oh, it's a welcome bag when they're going to prison. I guess that's not correct, but a hygiene bag when they're going into prison, because you don't know. They don't have those things. And there's not like a little store where
there isn't. No.
So they need everything that we need.
Yeah.
So I know that Faith Family has been so involved in doing those kinds of things. How neat to get to meet these women, put a face on the women we've been doing these things for.
It's really awesome. And actually last year at the conference, one of the girls that got saved in prison from Faith Family being on the prison campus actually shared part of her testimony during conference, and now goes back and ministers to these women. And she just said, you wouldn't believe the life change that's happening in prison just from Faith Family being there.
Wow.
So it's really cool.
Has she given you any details?
I mean, she just said the women said that they've just never experienced love and acceptance and community like this, that somebody actually like values them enough to show them Jesus and to not just like preach at them, but to actually like live life with them, since they do small groups on in the prisons too. Wow. So it's really cool.
Very, very cool. What is it that women are going through? When you got together and were making plans and you thought, okay, there's a message that our women need to hear. What is that?
Yeah, so this year we just, we always pray before all of our gatherings, just kind of ask God to give us like a theme or a word or something. And so we felt like this year he gave us be still. And in Exodus 14:14, it says that you don't need to fight. The Lord will fight the battle for you, that you only need to be still. So it was just kind of this resounding theme that we need to make sure we're spending time being still with the Lord and in his word and praying, and that life can be so crazy and so busy, but are we really taking time to be still before the Lord?
How do you do that, Jillian Cancer? Because you're a young mom, pastor's wife, very busy at a busy time in anyone's life. Where do you find the time to, do you get up in the middle of the night? Where do you find the time to just be still before the Lord?
I feel like sometimes people make you feel like, oh, you have to get up at 5 a.m. and do this. And for me, it's usually when my kids go to bed.
Smart.
I'm kind of a type A person, so my kids are in bed by 8 o'clock every night. I feel like by 8 o'clock, I'm like, I need a break from you. Mm-hmm. So
that's good to hear. It's just very reassuring to hear.
So a lot of times I find that I have to sleep in the morning till my kids wake me up, which is like 6:45, so it's not like it's sleeping in. And so I just feel like my quiet time is usually in the evening. But I also feel like somebody shared this with me a couple years ago when I was feeling like, I think you can kind of condemn yourself and feel like I'm not in the Word enough, or I'm not doing 30 minutes of Bible reading every day, or however, whatever you're in your mind can do to yourself. And they said, Jillian, sometimes the most worshipful thing you can do is raise your kids and love them and be on the ground playing with them and showing them Jesus through motherhood. And that really just set me free. Obviously, yes, we need to be in the Word and praying, but some days that looks like being in the backyard throwing a ball with your little boy and showing him the love of Jesus and explaining to him who Jesus is. So, I don't know, maybe that was for somebody.
Well, I love that you said that. Isn't it true that can't every single thing we do be an act of worship?
Definitely.
Can't every thought we think be a prayer? Isn't prayer like an all-day conversation going on? And rather than, it is important to have that prayer closet and to get away. Jesus had to, so who do we think we are? To say, well, I don't need that.
Yeah.
But if he needed to get away and get quiet and have quiet time alone with God, then certainly so do we. But it doesn't stop there. We don't say, okay, so bye-bye, God, and now I'll go on with my life. He's right there in all of it.
Definitely.
And yes, playing with our kids is an act of worship.
Yeah. And I think every season looks different. When I was young and married and I didn't have two small kids, sure, I had a lot more free time. So I think each season is different. But Jesus is in all those seasons, And
I love that emphasizes enjoying every season too. To not spend your single years wishing you were married, because those are some mighty awesome years. And you've got some time to do whatever you want.
Yes, exactly.
And so that's a great great season. And then those young married years are very, very special, and the young children years are so special. It's really fun. You're not there yet, but wow, when you are fellowshipping with your adult children,
I can't imagine that.
It's amazing.
I bet.
It's your little reward.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's cool to know you as an adult.
Yes.
And they're their own people.
Yeah.
You all are. You know, you are your
Yeah.
own people.
Yeah.
And, you know, every season is so awesome if we can take the time, slow down,
Yes.
and see, what are you teaching me during this season, Father? Because it's...
I think that's so true. I mean, I feel like those first couple years of being married, I wish I could kind of go back to myself and say, we waited 5 years to have kids, but I feel like I spent some of those feeling just I wish I could have a baby. All my friends are having a baby. Just playing that comparison, you know, that we all do in different aspects. And so if I could go back to my 21-year-old self, I would say, just take a deep breath, enjoy the season that you're in for what it is. And like, when you get to the next one, it's going to be good, but just enjoy it.
Yes. Oh, that's a good word. I found I was always ready for the season we were about to leave. Yeah. You know, I would really get good at something and we were into the next stage. It's like, okay, well, so that was me. Yeah. You said an important word there, comparison. Oh my gosh, if we're talking about women's ministries, comparison is a sticking point, isn't it? Talk about that a bit.
You know, so I kind of was like, did a little personal experiment this summer, and I just felt like I needed to get off Instagram just for a little bit, just take a breather. And I found that I never considered myself someone that really compared, but then when I stepped away, I felt like, gosh, I spent quite a few hours a day scanning through, like, comparing things subconsciously. And I feel like social media for sure has a role in what we're doing and how we reach people. Like, I'm definitely not anti-social media. But I think it has a place, and you just have to make sure that you're not, like, mindlessly scrolling your days away.
Because it would be easy to do.
Yes.
And haven't we have no role models to look up to say, how did your generation handle social media, because it wasn't there?
Yes.
We're the guinea pigs. This is the beginnings of social media. Really need to learn how to manage it to teach that next generation so that it doesn't control them as well.
Because I just see so many young girls having this false sense of reality of what people look like or what they have, because you can snap a picture of just one single thing and then people build this whole case in their mind of what you have, and oh, she must be this pretty or do all these things, you know, where it's just one tiny little square. And so I think we just have to be so careful, because I feel like growing up, you know, I didn't have social media. Like, I didn't know what people were doing all weekend.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And where now it's like you're seeing instantly all the time what everyone's doing.
It's a highlight reel.
Yeah.
I wonder how people have the time to be taking all those pictures while you're doing all those things. Yeah. That's what I couldn't figure out. It's like I was seeing a lot of young moms. I thought, I remember those days, and my time was completely absorbed. I was overwhelmed trying to just get stuff done, not documenting it as we went.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought, how in the world do you blog about your day?
Yeah.
Well, and it was enough for me just to have my day and try and survive my day.
That's how I feel. I'm like, okay, I got that chicken made for dinner. I'm feeling good about myself.
Yay me. But I didn't take pictures of it and post, here's what I made for dinner tonight. So it is a strange world.
It's a strange world. And I think because I have little kids that are going to grow up in it, it freaks me out a little bit, where I'm like, we got to like figure this out.
Yeah.
Because it's just weird to think about kids growing up knowing social media from birth on.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And that's who we're raising right now.
Yeah.
It is. And not comparing is a good first step.
Yes.
That it's great to keep up with people. They love hearing what you're up to. And it's a great way to announce things and inform. It's the most wonderful communications tool maybe ever. But my goodness, we need to be careful with how we use it, like anything.
Yeah.
I just thought of something that, you know, when the Bible says power of life and death is in the tongue, okay, well, multiply that times however many thousands of followers you have.
Yes.
And power of life and death is in every little thing you post.
It's a big responsibility.
Truly is.
Yeah.
Truly is. All right, tell me more about, you know what, look at the time. Okay, we have some very important sponsors we want to hear from right now. So we're going to take a short break. We'll be back after these words. You're listening to Our Community.